Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Arnolfur and today I'd like to teach you guys the first ever color change that I ever learned. Alright, so if you've been doing magic for a little while, the chances are that you probably already know about this color change. However, I have a few ways to get out of this little move cleanly, and if that's something that interests you, then you just skip ahead a little bit. So enough of this nonsense. What is this color change, Arnolfur? What is this color change? It's the good old snap change, baby. Snap change, snap bitty, snap bitty, snap change, snap change, snap change, snap, snap, snap. Alright, so the move that I'm going to teach you today is the snap change. Many of us know it, many of us do it. It's insanely visual, especially for camera. In live situations, like, it can be tricky to do it, and you'll see why in a second. However, you can do it, especially like one-on-one is easy, and there are a few ways to get out of this cleanly, and I'll show you how to do that afterwards, okay? So, it looks like this. You take one card and you just blow on it and you change it to another card. And people will go like, I don't know, maybe they go like, whoa! Anyways, I'll get the camera down on my hands, enough of this nonsense. I'll get the camera down on my hands and then I'll, show you how to do it from both angles. I go over the technical part, I go over small subtleties, and then I go over how to end this cleanly. So if you could smack that like button for me, it would really help me out. Yeah. Alright, let's get down to business. So the first thing you need to know in order to do this change here is that you're actually using two cards. Alright, so we start with the grip. Two fingers in the front, the index finger and the middle finger, and the thumb is on the back, like so. Okay? I highly recommend that you hold it here down in the corner, not up here, then the change becomes way harder, and not in the middle even. Down here is the sweet spot, then it's the easiest to do. Now, what happens in this change is that the middle finger is actually just scooping and taking the card with it, like so. Alright? And it kind of looks like, you're snapping your fingers. Hence, the snap change, right? So, if you take a look at it like this, the middle finger is just moving, taking the card with it, like so. And that's basically it. Now, a few pointers on this is that these two fingers, the thumb and the index finger, stay stationary. They don't really move that much. While the middle finger is doing the work, snapping behind. So if you take a look at it like this, my index finger and thumb stay like so, while the middle finger goes and drags the card behind. Now, another pointer is that while these stay still, I do a tiny little movement with it. So if you look closely here, you can see how I'm pushing little bit with my thumb. Just a tiny bit. And I'm stressing like this is not a big motion, this is just a tiny bit. So if you see here, while I'm dragging down like so, I'm also pushing tiny bit up, okay? Another thing that I can point out is that I'm not holding too hard with my index finger because I want to be able to make it easier for the front card to move behind. Alright? If I were to hold too hard, I can still do it, but it's a little extra friction. So I'm creating a little bit of space here as my middle finger drags the other card behind, like so. So if you see it in slow motion, I'm dragging it like this, thumb pushes a little bit up, and in this position right here. Okay? And in the beginning, to be honest with you guys, this is gonna be a little bit knacky. Like, if you never play with cards and you don't do it that much, this is gonna be, this is gonna take a little bit of practice. And like with everything in Magic, you just need to build that muscle memory and build that strength in your hand. And sooner than you're gonna be able to do this. So in the beginning, it's probably gonna look something like this. I remember when I when I learned this back in 2008, I was super frustrated because I couldn't get back behind. Then you're probably gonna shoot the card, you know, so this card is gonna fly out, and then before you know it, it's gonna be like BAM! And you have it. Now, a few variations, for those of you who would like to know. You can also do it from here. So you can have it in this corner, and you do it like this. That's possible. And then you could even hold it here, and do it like this. You could also do it with 3 cards. So it's like boom, and then you have all of a sudden 2 cards. That's cool, you know, if you have a 2 and you split it to 2 aces. Pretty cool. One thing I saw on Chris Ramsey's channel, instead of holding with 2 fingers and then 1 finger disappears, is that he holds it with 1 finger and then the other finger comes and steals it. I think that's pretty cool. So it's like, and then this finger comes and steals really fast. I like that. You should definitely go check out Chris's channel. Super like an epic channel. Yeah, that's, you know, that's basically it. So I'll show it from the other side and I hope that we're good. All right, so from this view, it looks like this. So I don't know if I stressed it enough before, but you're holding it as low as you can. So just right here. Now, what you're doing, just as before, the middle finger is dragging the front card behind the other card, like this, as these 2 fingers here are stationary, just like you're snapping, except, you know, you're watching that you're not moving these cards, these fingers here. All right, and I just do a slight, you know, it's a slight motion with the thumb, not much, just a tiny little bit, like so. All right, one more time, slow motion. So it's like boom, middle finger drags, like so. All right, so now for what you guys have been waiting for, how to clean up. As you might have noticed, when you've done this, you kind of left in a pretty awkward situation, like this. What are you gonna do? Like, wait a minute, I'm just gonna, or don't, I'm gonna back and like, how do you clean up? So the way I clean up is that I use another deck, and you see how. So after you've done your snap change, it's super ideal to come with the other hand and just grab the card, hiding it in the rest of the backpack. So I'll show it like this. So it's like boom, and then the hand comes and grabs. This is how I do it all the time. And this happens a split second after you've done your change, okay? And you don't really have to worry that much of being caught, because that moment right after the people being hit, you know, with magic, the mind is like, wait, what? Trying to like grasp what was happening. So that's a perfect time, you know, to do a little bit of dirty work. So as I told you, this is just like, and then you grab, all right? Nothing, like, there's nothing more to this. Here you're left, you know, with a few choices. You could, you know, just hand out the card, you're left clean, hand out the card like so. If you wanna be a little bit flashy, you could go like this, and then do something like this. The way I did that is I do the snap change, I grab, and then my middle finger comes under, and the wrist rotates, showing, you know, I have nothing here. Ring finger comes and grabs, switching out the index finger, and then the thumb comes under it all. So it's like shoom, and you turn, like the thumb and the wrist turns the card like so. As soon as you're here, your index finger grabs the card again, freeing up these fingers, and then, you know, you curl the card in and re-grip it like so. And now you're in a perfect position to shoot the card, and I have a tutorial on how I shoot cards. I'll link it up there. So if I do it one more time, maybe you can see it better like this. I do here, grab, lift up, middle finger comes in, lift up, ring finger grabs, thumb comes in, and then you complete the turn. And when you're here, your index fingers grabs, freeing up these cards, and then you curl in the card and re-grip it like so. And now we can do this, all right? For those of you who've been doing magic for a little while, I highly recommend that you go check out lapping. That's, if you have a table, you could lap the card. My friend Yannick, he is like, this is Yannick style. He is super good at doing this, then you're left completely clean. All right, that's it for me today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments down below. I'll promise you guys that I'll do my very best to answer. I hope that you're gonna have fun with this. I've had super fun with this for a long time now, and you know, it's just such a visual move, and it's not that convenient in live situations, but it's super fun on camera and it's fun, you know, to do. It's just a fun move. All right, so smack that like button for me, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I try to post videos every single week on magic related stuff, so if you like magic, welcome to the family. I'll see you guys in the next video.